Hi everyone, it's Tom Mackie here again. Now, I had every good intention to come out and photograph some golden light on this winter's afternoon along the River Thames at Marlow. I've got the church behind me with the weir in the foreground. I was going to create a beautiful shot that I had in my mind, but as my luck would have it, it clouded up. Now, if you look behind me, you don't see any clouds, because I thought, okay, what do you do when the light's not there? You go to plan B. So let's go to some long exposures, get the clouds wisping through. But even the clouds disappeared. So I'm going to go to plan C. I'm going to do a blue hour shot here. And my source has told me that this church does light up, so I'm going to hold them to it. And I'm going to wait around until that lights up, and I'm going to get this beautiful weir in the foreground wisping through the water. And also, I've got a little tip for you. Now, you know when you're out photographing, sometimes you may not have your DSLR with you. And I always say the best camera that you have with you is the one that you have with you. And usually everybody has one of these. So I'm going to show you a little tip about how to make wispy water with your iPhone. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is a close shot of the weir with the church in the background using my iPhone. Now, on your iPhone, you're going to have a setting up here in the top called Live. And if you click on that, touch on that, so that it's on, I'm going to do a picture of this, and I'm going to show you what happens. Okay. Again, there's our picture. Swipe up, swipe to the left, long exposure, transforms like magic. That's gorgeous. It's amazing. So you don't need to have those ND filters to create that misty water effect. You can do it with your iPhone. Okay, so we're back here again, and as you can see, the clouds have rolled in, which is great, but they're not picking up enough color for my liking anyway. So I'm going to help them along a little bit. I'm going to make an exposure. I'm doing an exposure of 1 second at f11, ISO 100, and that's nice. It's really picked up a little bit of tone here. It's warmed up the church, and the 1 second exposure makes the water flow. So, but I do have an emission here. I've enhanced the color in this a little bit. I've got a custom filter that I use that is ideal for situations like this, for sunrises and sunsets, especially in the wintertime if you're photographing snowy conditions and you have that inherent blue cast, which I'll probably cover on another video in the future. But there we go. So I have a 0.9 medium transition neutral density grad and my custom filter that Lee Filters have made for me. So you can see it's got an orangish tinge. It looks a little over the top. You've got to use this sparingly. I use it in situations like this where I just want to boost the colors a little bit. It makes all the difference. Okay, it's starting to get cold out here, so I've got to wait now until blue hour. Now, I'm going to talk you through this now because I don't want to turn my back to you and start shooting pictures, and you'll see the pictures at the end of the video anyway. But what I'm going to do here is I've already had a survey of the situation of the lighting. Now, we know the church lights are going to come on, but there's also a really bright spotlight right up here at the end of the weir. Now, that's going to create some problems. So when that light comes on, it's going to light the highlight of the water up, and it's going to be really, really bright. So when you're doing a long exposure for the blue hour, it's going to make that water burn out. So there's one great way to control that, filtration. So I'm going to use a 3-stop hard grad. Pick one of these out of here, there we go. But instead of this way as normal, it's going to go like that. That needs a clean. That's going to go underneath, and it's going to come up just, this is my weir, it's going to come right up over that, and it's going to tone that really burned out area down. So this is what the plan is. Let's see if it works out that way. Okay, now I've just finished the Blue Hour shot, and I've recorded 3 different endings for this because I didn't think the lights were going to come on, so my editor is going to love this. We waited ages for the side lights to come on this church. The steeple light was on, but I thought it's just not going to happen, and I didn't think they were going to come on at all, but at the last minute they all came on. So I made some exposures, but what you have to really be aware of now, we've gone past the Blue Hour. Now the Blue Hour is actually about 10 minutes long, 15 at the max. Now you can see behind me, the sky is going really dark, but the lights are going to be consistently bright. So when your sensor is trying to expose for the sky as well as the lights, your lights are going to burn out. So you have to be aware of that, and if you go past the Blue Hour, don't risk burning out those highlights on the building lights. So we have lots of other tips on shooting Blue Hours. So here's a link for those. And it's getting very cold out here, so I'm going to wrap this up for the night. Thanks for coming out with me on this adventure. And as always, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Like it, and I'd love to hear your comments. So until the next video, see you for now.